How's it going, everyone? Welcome back. Real quickly, I just want to talk about the changes we have received to Warden here. So, as a lot of you know, if you've gone forth and read any of it, do I still get? Yeah, I do. All right, 27. That's not bad. So as we have seen, he can bash after anything. So if he throws a heavy, he can do a bash. If he throws a zone, he can also do a bash immediately after. And they have removed, so when you used to go for a bash, I always told everyone to cancel it right as you start to move. That way if the opponent backdashes away, when you cancel it, you can guard break them. This has been removed. You will not move forward anymore. So keep that in mind. Also, all of the finishing heavies are now going to be unblockable. The top unblockable for 35 damage for the top unblockable. And they are 35 damage on the side unblockables. That's a very good chunk of damage, if we're being honest. 35 damage on side heavies, it's pretty good. Now, the things that they have changed is you can no longer dash back and go into your shoulder bash, which is fair. That's a fair change, and it's a change that I know a lot of people had been complaining about for a while. So you still get your 33 or 33 damage off on that. 24 damage on your side heavies, 35 damage on that unblockable. So my opinion on this, as a Warden main, proudly rep 70. I think I have that emote on here somewhere. There it is.
Round 4.
In my opinion, I don't love where it's going, but it's not the fact that... Alright, so obviously some people have been saying this is a major buff, and I do have some gameplay of me and my friend trying out the characters, and I'll play that in the background. So, essentially, what I've come to discover when it comes to Warden is I've always felt like I don't want him to just be this shoulder bash, shoulder bash, shoulder bash, and I know the community doesn't want Warden to be the shoulder bash guy. A lot of people want Warden to, do something else. They don't like him being Mr. Shoulder Bash. And I think that's fair. No one really likes having to deal with a guy that's just going to shoulder bash all day. A lot of people really don't like bashing characters, and I think that's perfectly fine if you don't like bashing characters. So as far as Warden goes, a lot of people don't like the 50-50 bash, and a lot of that has to do with if you charged level 3, you could cancel it and get a guard break, but that is no longer the case. So his bash is a little bit more consistent than it used to be. It still goes pretty far, so that's still a pro that he has. His bash still moves him pretty far forward, unlike Centurion and War Mommy. So the bash, as far as I'm concerned, currently the bash is fine where it is. I never liked the bash. What I wanted to see from Warden is a swordsman. A long swordsman. He uses a long sword. He's a long swordman. Where is all of his long sword? Where's the stabs? Where's the proper style of cutting? Where are the moves that I would like to see? What I wanted to see was an increase to his move list, but that is not what we received. What we received instead is bash on everything, and unblockables on all of his heavy finishers. So the bash, as I said, not having a backdash away type of bash means that primarily his offense openers are his lights and his zone, which, most characters' light attacks are their openers at this point. Obviously, he can dash to the sides and then do a bash, but I know a lot of people complained about it with Warden, but I did like the fact that I could dash back to put some space between, like a Nobushi, for instance. Nobushi's good at keeping you out. Well, if I backdash she misses her light. Now I can bash her before she gets her next light out. It's it's just it's a quality of life thing. Now let's talk about the unblockables. So Warden got the unblockables and all of his heavy finishers. Yeah, they're amazing. They're very, very good. Now, one thing I do think they need to look at a little bit is the side heavies do more damage than the top heavy, and the top heavy's slower. So why would I use the top heavy, especially when it's much more linear that you can just dodge it? So I think that needs to just kind of be looked at if they're going this route. Additionally, I don't really think that's where I wanted them to go particularly. I think leaving him with the top unblockable and just doing him the War Mommy treatment and making his side heavies armored would have been fine by me, because he has no armor other than the fully charged bash. And most characters have some form of armor nowadays. A lot of characters do anyway. A lot of the top tier type of characters have them. So just thinking off the top of my head, War Mommy, she has armor. Conqueror can dash into moves. Kensei has armor because obviously Shigoki, he has gotten some of his armor removed, but he used to have a lot of armor and he was relatively good when he had all of his armor. Raider has armor. I love trading hits with people. Highlander has armor. Armor is a very big thing with certain characters, and the new character has armor. And he also has undodgeable moves. Warden also has no undodgeable moves. Warden does not have undodgeable moves or an armored move. Now I get some characters don't have a you can't dodge move, and Warden's zone for the most part stops that, but like if we think about Wu Lin dodging, that's just a pain. It's just a pain for Warden to deal with. All of his moves will miss if someone that understands how to dodge with the Wu Lin is using it properly, whereas if you're using Yorm, you can just attack into another light and they can't dodge it, even though you're supposed to be able to dodge the second light. Characters like Yorm tell you no, you can't dodge the second light because it's undodgeable. So I don't get why they're just trying to make Warden the unblockable monster. They're literally just like, alright, so you bash all of his heavies, just fuck it, just unblockable, why not? I'm not really sure what the character identity is, or what they're going for right now is my thing here. I'm just not 100% sure where they're going with this. I find it interesting, and I think it's it's a concept. It's not like they've completely decided on this. It is testing grounds. So this is my first impression, kind of what I feel about it. But I want to see new moves, even if they're reused moves from a different character or something like that. I want Warden to be more of a swordsman and less of a bash heavy type of character. I just want to see something cool, basically. Warmonger was too close to a Warden clone-ish. She's not exactly a Warden clone. I mean, she has the parry punish, she has the dodging heavies, and a lot of her stuff's really good. She's got a couple moves that are just really, really good. But just going through some of her stuff, I mean, she has a move that is undodgeable. You can't dodge it. That's great. She has the light, where it, it has light superiority, so it doesn't bounce off. That also really good. Off of just a normal bash, she gets a light. Off a fully charged, she gets a heavy. I mean, she has a lot of what Warden had, and making him just, let's just be an unblockable monster, seems odd to me. Because they both use a version of a longsword. Why would hit all... Like, if we're going with a character that I think everything should be unblockable, and that's where they're going, I think they should take the idea they have right now in the testing grounds with Warden and make just this massive knight, or massive... a Viking would do really, really cool. Someone that stands up kind of like Lawbringer, but has this just a massive build like Raider, like a super buffed out, massive fucking guy with a hammer. You can't really parry a hammer. I mean, you can, but you know what I mean? You can't just block it. You'd have to finesse it, you know? I think that would work really well for a character like that that's going to just slam you into oblivion. That would work. You know, like a grown-up Yorm with a massive-ass hammer. I don't think they should play like Yorm by any stretch, but they could be the unblockable guy. They have a lot of unblockables. But I don't think Warden is the character I want to have all the unblockables. Personally, I didn't want Warden to have the bash the way he does, but the bash felt like a crutch. Giving him all these unblockables, what it kind of turns him into is just, I'm mixing you up with no real mix-ups. So you're either going to, you know, I'm going to do an attack and I'm going to bash, and I'm going to do a 1, 2, or 3 level bash, or I'm going to do an attack and I'm going to throw an unblockable, and maybe I'll feint it and try to guard break, or maybe I'll let it fly. I don't really know. Maybe I'll just feint it and then I'll go for your option select. I just don't really get the concept. I mean, I think he's good right now. He's all right. A lot of people are saying these are really big buffs, and yeah, having these unblockables on console really messes people up. You can just throw it, feint it, throw it, feint it, throw it, feint it, throw it, feint it, then just let it fly, and they're hitting for 35 damage. I mean, yeah, it's really good. But that's why I was saying he can still have the one unblockable up top, but I feel like it makes more sense for his side heavies just to be armored like Warmonger, and that still gives him access to one unblockable for a mix-up, even if it's easily dodgeable. But I don't think he needs a bash and unblockables from every direction. I don't see that being the kind of balancing that this character needs, and I still think he needs some new moves. He feels like a one-trick pony, but now they gave him a little bit more. Like, he's still technically a one-trick pony. Am I gonna let it fly or am I not? Am I gonna let the bash fly or am I not? Am I gonna let the heavy fly or am I not? They're all unblockable, so you better choose. So I'm not a fan of what they've currently done to Warden. I get that they are buffs, but as a Warden player, I kind of wish that we got more of a swordsman rather than a character that's just relies on bashing and unblockables. That's just my 2 cents on it. I want a swordsman that actually fights more like a swordsman in this game, because we got Warmonger. She doesn't really have good form. Warden, I mean, he relies on a bash that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Kensei looks really good, plays really well. And then Zanhu just has a small move list. I mean, he works, but they're kind of giving Warden the Zanhu treatment, where if we just give you unblockables, how does, you know, would that help type of thing. And I don't think that's really the direction they should be trying to go down. At least that's in my opinion. I'm not a huge fan of it. But let me know what you guys are thinking down below. As far as my general thoughts, what to take away from this is, I've been playing Warden for a very long time, and the reason I play him for a very long time is I just love the character's looks. That's really it. I'm a fan of swordsmen, and I've been playing him because he's a swordsman, and he looks cool. So that's really the only reason I play him. I don't really play him to win. I don't really play him because of the way he fights. I just like the way he plays. And I don't think turning him into the unblockable man is really where I wanted this to go. I wanted him to get some new moves or something interesting. That way he'd have some better mix-ups. But if this is the route they're going, I don't think a whole lot of people are going to be very happy with a character that just has what seems to be an unblockable around every corner. He's one hit away from being able to make you guess if he's going to let an unblockable fly or not. And I don't know if a ton of people like that. I know Zanhu's similar to that, but we'll see later on. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. I'm I'm not sold on it. I want some new moves. You can leave the bash being nerfed. I don't really care. I use the bash because it's, you have to. If they could take away the bash and just give him a good move list, I'd be down. Honestly, if they gave him like a Kensei style move list with just no bash at all, I'd be down. But I don't think they'll be doing that anytime soon, obviously. Anyways, guys, let me know what your thoughts are down below. Also, let me know, what do you think about the new character? Do you think, he obviously should have been something else? I mean, we still don't have... it kind of bugs me because we don't have the full rectangle of knights, or at least we did until they added him. We don't have it for Vikings or Samurai or Wulin, and that kind of bugs me. I really wish we would have gotten a Viking and then or a Samurai. I don't care too much for the Wulin, but fill out the rectangle, goddammit. Just make everything fit. I'll be playing with the new character a little bit. I'm going to get him to rep 8. That way we can look at some of his gear and kind of talk about how I felt after the road of leveling him up. And I'll have some duels and stuff like that later on. I'll have some duels for some of the other characters. But like I said, let me know what your thoughts are down below with Warden. I'm not a huge fan currently, but let me know, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.